Alright guys, we're coming up. I got a Mario Brothers. It's kind of a mess. I'm still unpacking out here. It's still a disaster. But I did get my big industrial AC unit. It's like a 20,000 BTU or 18,000. 240 volt AC unit kicks it out. But this one, it just said graphics error, graphics problems. So I took it out. I took the connector off. I took the ribbon power connector off. They're right here. There's the power connector and the little ribbon thing. So graphics error. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire it up and look at what the graphics glitch is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to verify all the ROMs, because you see there's a problem here. This is 35 years old, 37 years old. 37 years with no window coverings could cause a problem. So that's what we'll do, is we'll check the files out. But let's see what it does first. Let's go ahead and hook it up. I got my harness bag here. I got a bunch of stuff. I got my Nintendo power supply. This does use ECL, so I will use a Nintendo power supply to power this, because you need a really powerful neg 5. So let's get to it. I'm gonna lay these out and hook them up. Okay, setting up. I got my, this is my Nintendo stuff, and this is my Nintendo power supply, which I recently capped. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I capped this, took it all apart, and I recapped it. It's out of my cocktail Donkey Kong game, but I'm using it. I'd like to buy one of these on eBay and recap it and use it for my test setup, but for now I'm going to just use it. This is my Donkey Kong / Classic Nintendo bag for Mario Brothers. Well, this is the interface to my setup, and it's only video. So we'll go ahead and hook this guy in here. So now we got our video thing. I don't think, I won't use this. I use this connector for Mario Brothers. I don't use these Donkey Kong connectors. Use this for Classic Nintendo. Popeye, you can use this for Donkey Kong too. This guy right here. This is for Mario Brothers. Popeye. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3. You can use this for the edge. And that's what we're going to use here. I will use... No, I won't. Darn. You know what I need is I need one of these. Let me look. I might have some. could use this. Oh, I could totally use that. Cut that off right here. This is just spare. I could cut that off, cut these on the ends off, and use that to power this board, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So, cut the two on the ends off. And then cut this off. I'm going to back this off a little bit. So now I got this, and this is going to, in case I'm doing a board like this, and I do have an extra 10, I believe. I bought this from Mike's Arcade. This is a lets you hook a Nintendo board up to a regular monitor, like a G07, say, with a sound amp. It's got a sound amp on it and everything. I'm not using it though, but I have it in case I ever need it. In case I ever need to use it, I got it. And I need to tidy this up. Now I got this guy. I'll find a bag for this guy and keep it in there. Okay. You know what I need to do is I need to look in. I want to look in here for a. Dude, that looks like a 10 pin right there. That's even better yet. Or that could be what I plug into this, maybe. I actually think I can actually use the original 10 pin because it goes like this. It's got solder block on it. I don't look good. Huh. This thing looks like it has solder blob on it, which I need something. What I should do, I should just. There's solder in there. Interesting. I think I got it. Okay, I definitely need this. I will need a 10 pin. That's a 9. This is something I will do later, but I'm not doing it right now. These are all my Donkey Kong stuff. There's a 10 pin, I'll need that. Okay. All right. I'll be back. I'm going to lay this all out. Okay, look how convenient this worked out to be. I set these boards out like this. I got this interconnect, so I don't need to do anything with that. I just put the interconnect on. And then I use this guy that I made. Remember my last repair, the Taito Space Invaders, which this may or may not be any good. I'll find out with this repair. And I have my edge up here, plugged into here. That's my video parts. This is for the sound amp. I have a sound amp set up, which I'm not worried about right now. Down here, this is my Nintendo power supply, or my Nintendo transformer. And it is plugged into my Nintendo power supply, which is in turn plugged into the board up here. All I have to do is flip this switch, and that goes to the Nintendo transformer and turns the whole thing on. And then I have the video right here. This is the video hooked up to this cable, and that cable runs all the way over and plugs into my Nintendo monitor. I have a little adapter made here, see? So that plugs right into that, and this guy is plugged into the 100 volt outlet that comes off of that transformer. That's my Nintendo setup. So I'll go ahead. Okay, this thing is hooked up correctly. That's good. That's good. Parts. And that's just video. So let's go ahead and fire it up. It's on. And we'll see what this guy does. That is an error code. 7BNG. Okay. I'm kind of curious if my ribbon cable is bad. I'm going to take, out of curiosity, this other one that I have made and plug it in. and see if I get any difference. Okay, I have it laid out like this now. I used his original interconnect ribbon cable, and I got this, which is just static garbage. And so I removed it and I put in a Donkey Kong one that I had that I knew was good, and I got the same random garbage. These guys I don't think are any good, which is, I'm gonna have to recrimp them or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna waste that, of course, you know, but I don't know what's going on, why they're no good. Too long, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, this said graphical error. This thing's dead. You know, there's no graphical, I mean, that's a great big graphical error, yes. But this board is dead. So I think first thing I'll do is I kind of want to look at some voltages and go from there. Okay, I got you set up here. So I'm going to grab my multimeter and let's do some voltage checks. Turn it on, and we got our static garbage over there. There's our 3 voltages right there. 5 volts, it looks like 4.8. Neg 5 is 5.16. And 12 is 11.72. So our voltages are okay. These things are all rusted out. This first one was the 5 volts, so this was 5 volts. Z80. This has 2 Z80s, it looks like, right next to each other. I don't think that's right. I am going to have to take a look. I don't think this is supposed to have 2 Z80s right next to each other. I don't. I mean, it could, I guess. Yeah, we got clocking and stuff. We got that kind of stuff going on. I'm going to have to get a schematic out. This is the CPU board, of course. Yeah, this is a CPU board problem. Because we got nothing going on, and I'm wondering why do we have two Z80s right next to each other. So let me go ahead and do a little research on this one, and I will return, because this is throwing me off. This is baffling. Z80 and Z80A. This one looks like the socket has been replaced, and I just don't think that's supposed to be a Z80. I don't know. I gotta find out. Turn it off. Go get me a schematic, and I'll be back. Okay, I got a schematic looked at, and these are both supposed to be Z80s. It looks like one of them handles DMA, and the other handles running the show, I guess. One's for DMA, I guess, for dumping data down on the video board. I don't really get it, to be honest. I think it's kind of like that, though. But what I did was I just kind of reset some things on here in this area, and it's running now. But that is the graphical glitch, and that actually looks like ROMs. That looks like flat out ROM problems right there. See, everything looks good. It's in the right place. These pots are a little flaky right here. These guys right here are a little flaky. They need to be cleaned with some deoxit. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to verify these EEPROMs on this video board. The character stuff looks good, I think. Character and background. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to pull all the ROMs. I'm going to pull all of the EEPROMs and check them out data-wise. Okay, I have been messing around with the ROMs, and it's getting to where it's looking pretty good. But you'll see these pipes are supposed to be green. That is a problem. They're yellow. Gold, actually. So that is a ROM problem, I guarantee it. That's one of these ROMs has funky data. One of these guys. So I am going to verify all of these guys and make sure they're all looking good. Okay, I've gone ahead and done some maintenance. I got tired of this thing. This just did not want to run. It would run, then it would stop, and all kind of flakage. So what I did was I did some maintenance, and I did some hackery repair. I got all new sockets right here, these two guys, these two, color prom socket. I removed and replaced these were socketed. I removed the sockets and replaced the chips with new ones, 367s. This was some hack work right here. They were socketed. I removed the sockets. I did a proper repair. There was some big thick wires jumping stuff on the backside. You can see right here I got just one little wire right there going down through. Just a single strand of wire fixing that. And there's another one on the other side. So that repaired that. So I'm going to put this board back together and fire it up and see what happens. Here's all my sockets and whatnot, junk. So I'll go ahead now and put it back together, and hopefully at least it runs stably. Okay, I've gone ahead and repopulated this board, new sockets everywhere, and I just turned it on. And remember, I've got no ROMs in the video board. I took all of the ROMs out of the video board because this thing had a weird, okay, it was doing some weird thing where lines would flash in here, and I wanted to prove that it was the ROM sockets. The ROM sockets. I have already verified that all the EEPROMs are good. So I'm just figuring this is a complete bad socket board, because it would like flash garbage around the screen randomly. And if you remember, when I first fired this thing up, the ROMs and the sockets were terrible. I got nothing really. It was like you remember what it looked like. Anyway, this is what it looks like with no ROMs in the board at all. No character ROMs, no sprite ROMs. So, and as you can see, there's no flaky lines flashing all over the place. And this thing's running solid now, which is good, because it wouldn't hardly run at all before I replaced all these sockets. Yeah, so this is a nice new board now. That, not new, but it's a nice board that's not going to give you any problems now. Now the only thing to do, and I think it'll make this board set good and solid, is I got to replace all of these sockets. So that'll be next. Today is the 23rd, June 23rd. It's Tuesday at about 7 o'clock, I guess. So I'm probably not going to do that tonight. It might even be more closer to 8. But yeah, I probably won't do that tonight. I wanted to get this thing running solidly. That was the goal for today. And just fixing that board. So tomorrow I'll come back at it after I get home from work, about 5 o'clock. And I will nail this guy. Replace those sockets, and I think that's just gonna do it for this board set. So, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, no flashes, no random glitchiness. That's the word. It was glitchy. You just had glitchy graphics going, flashing around, pretty non-stop. So, yeah, that's gonna get it. Yeah, just replace those sockets and that'll get it. This is a character screen and there's no characters, so. All right, see you tomorrow. This is just a little bit of a better view of this CPU board, which I put new sockets in. The back side of it, when I got it, right up here had some work done to it where it had a couple big thick blue wires kind of making some jumps here. I removed that and I did the fixes top side. So it's incognito, a couple new chips there. And all my work with the new sockets. So yeah, now we're going to get to work on the video board side of things. Mario Brothers is such a cool game. A lot of times what I do is when I'm working on a game, I'll load it up in MAME and play it. Just for the heck of it. I was playing some Mario Brothers the other day. Really fun game. Great sounds. Good stuff. I always hang 2 of these sockets at a time and do them. It's kind of how I go about doing it. Last 2. That's it. All new sockets. Excellent. Now let's pop the ROMs in. We got 3J, which is this guy. 7M. Right here. 3F. 7N. O. T. U. P. And you notice I did put window coverings on all of these ROMs. Okay. It's looking good. Let's tin this guy, turn it off. There. Solder. Okay. Okay. Here we go with this. This. Okay. Parts. ROMs are all in right. It's hooked up right. That's hooked up. Okay, get this thing out of the way. We got it turned on, let's fire it up. She's on. That is what I call perfect, guys. Nice. So now I got to hook up my sound amp and hook up this thing to the speakers and that kind of nonsense, and give it a good sound test, give it a play test, and that'll do it. This is awesome. This is looking great. No glitching. It's solid. So yeah. New sockets. New sockets over here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hook up sound. Okay, we are all hooked back up. We're set up. I've got my little amplifier hooked up to it. This is the audio hookup right here that goes to the it goes over to my amplifier. And we are on. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up and play a game and check out some sounds. I'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to go. There's a little bit of a glare, I apologize. We'll go ahead and coin this guy up. Such a cool game this is. Oh! I never claimed to be good at it. I'm actually terrible at this game. I'm terrible at most games. Oh, come on. I would say that is a successful test. Awesome. Well, the only thing is to just let it run for a while. I'm pretty confident this one is good to go though, because these things usually will flake out pretty early if they're going to flake out. So this one's going good. Yeah. Alright guys, well, we got another one ready for the cabinet, ready to go. Socket repair, all new sockets on both boards. Fixed a little bit of hack work up here with these two guys right here, and these two were socketed, and I didn't like the sockets that were used, so I just pulled the sockets and I put new chips in the board. Those are new 367s. So yeah, it's good to go. Thanks for watching once again. Everybody enjoy their day, enjoy their evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.